getting to talk about the Black Galaxies. They were up against Sudan yesterday. Ghana won that game by 3-1. Remember, we played our opening game against Madagascar and lost, and so the Black Galaxies had to win this game at all costs, or else it was curtains for their tournament. Ano Walker, Prosper Nate Ogum in the mix, managing to get the boys over the line. Daniel Efriye Barnier saw red in that same game. So as things stand now, something monumental will have to happen in that final game between Sudan, I believe, and Madagascar for Ghana's Black Galaxies not to qualify. I see Pichichi drawing his pie chart and bar graph and things. It's about to be interesting on the show tonight. Coach, let me start off with you. You have been a little skeptical about this team. I know you set a target for them. You've had the opportunity to watch 2 matches so far. 1 defeat, 1 win. We have a red card in the mix as well. Are we looking encouraged? You know, it's a tournament, so sometimes it's not really about how you start, but from what you've seen, is this a team that can break out and probably go all the way in this competition?
Going all the way, I still need some convincing. So I want to say that you can only beat what is in front of you. And that was exactly what they did yesterday against Sudan. But at the end of the day, if you look at the manner in which they won the game, it calls for serious worry. Do I think they played well? Mm-hmm. I think in quarters, I think the approach was a bit not too certain. Mm. In that first 15 minutes, truth be told, we could have conceded 3 goals without reply in the first quarter. Mm. In that second quarter, where I thought we had now settled down, that was when the Sudanese came, and in my view, they've scored the goal of the best team goal
of the tournament,
so far. The quality of the pass. Mm. You know, I've always complained about the partnership at centre back of our team. Mm-hmm. I think they don't have proper leaders, but you don't blame Yadom and his partner. They've not played together. Mm. Yadom's number 1 partner, thanks to Accra House of Folk and their way of doing things. Yeah. We didn't have our most experienced defender go to the tournament. Mm-hmm. So such things are bound to happen. But the earlier the technical team, together with the playing body, try to fix that, the better. Because I'm very sure we'll qualify, or we have qualified. Where we are going now, there's no second opportunity to go and fix anything. Yeah. You have to win it. If you don't win it, you are coming home. Right. If you look at the style of play of our team, I think we are not there yet. Mm. I've watched the Algerians, I've watched the Malians, I've watched the Senegalese, I've watched the Cameroonians. I think these are teams that are all ahead of our team. Mm. But like you rightly said, we could build ourselves and begin to grow as the tournament goes on. Yeah. Clearly, our second performance was better than the first one. So if we were to go by that, we can only hope and trust in the ability of Coach Ano Walker and his technical team that our next game will see an even more improved performance. But again, our way of managing game was so poor yesterday. When we took the lead and we had that 2-1 lead, as to why we kept the game so stretched end to end, I couldn't believe it. Look, there were moments in that game, if the Sudanese had picked the right pass, maybe we won't be sitting here saying what we are saying. Do I think the goal disallowed was rightly disallowed? That goal, anywhere else, is a legit goal. Because you could clearly see our defender struggling to get to the ball. There wasn't any strong contact to get him to go down the way he did. If that was England or anywhere else in the world, that goal will stand. And at the time, we were playing in other time, and we still got the game stretched. There was a moment I counted a 4v3. The Sudanese were 4 and we were 3, and we're coming to. I was asking myself, what? What am I seeing? Are we serious? What is this? At this stage of the game, we needed to win the game. We are leading 2-1, and the game is this stretched. Maybe the technical team will argue that they needed that assurance goal. But in doing so, it needed to be done very smartly and constructively. You can do it in the manner where you don't get exposed. That is what some of us would have wanted to see. But again, the main man of the team, the player who tends to always come to the aid of this team when they find themselves in difficult situation, unfortunately, a very rash tackle, needless, unnecessary tackle, means that he will miss.
At this point, he might miss the rest of the tournament. Based on what happened.
Because if it was a direct red card, I don't know what the rules of the tournament say. If he's going to miss 2 matches, it means he's not going to play in the quarterfinals, he's not going to play in the semifinals. And do you foresee this team?
No.
Without Barnier going that far? It's football. It's very practically possible. But on the face of what we've witnessed, the role he's played in carrying this team where they've got into, it makes the task extremely Herculean. It's going to be a very, very difficult task to surmount. So the technical teams of Anowoka has got a lot to do in that. Say we don't know who will be meeting yet.
Yeah.
But it is most likely going to be an opposition that's going to be very difficult to surmount. So we need to change.
To be honest, every team in this tournament has been decent.
Yep. And we need to change the way. See, in that knockout game, I want to see proper coaching. That's not I've not seen proper coaching, but I want to see we understanding the situation and playing through it. Because there are times where if you look at what is at stake and what the situation presents, there is a way of playing through the situation so that you make sure you get the best possible result. I'm happy they won. I have already said that a minimum quarterfinals. Thank God we are not going to chop last. That is one thing that I'm so grateful for. And I want to thank Arnold Walker for that. And thank the playing body. And by extension, thank the FA. Because take it or leave it, I don't see how they would have resurrected from that. Another chop last, that would be clearly unforgivable.
Yeah.
But having said that, we are going to a very difficult game in that quarterfinals game, irrespective of who the opponent will be. We need to play better. And again, credit must be given to Danlad. Did you see what he did?
Yep.
Look, in that, when what I meant by the game being extremely stretched, there was a simple tap in that he saved.
Yep.
And go back to that tapping. There were 3 Sudanese players all waiting to tap the ball into the back. I was like, our players say, where was our players? They were nowhere. They were all in front of the ball. None of them were behind the ball. And Danlad, let's say per his experience, he's gone through the ranks. He read the situation perfectly and made the save. But for how long are you going to be depending on him to do such things? In another game, better opposition, you are down and you are out. So yes, I'm happy they won, but they really need some massive, massive improvement if they are to progress further into the tournament.